what has been called the ergodic text. And it's the idea that if you separate out what Arseth calls the ergodic is the path, in other words, your route through the text, and the work you do to perform. And too often these days we read books and we turn pages, and the work we do in actually reading something not only goes unnoticed, but it also doesn't contribute to the experience, the meaningful experience. So you just turn pages, and the pages are not arranged in any particular way relevant to the words and so on. So one thing that interests me is this idea of the ergodic text. And I've been writing about it, and I've been researching it. And last time I was here, I performed a piece called Diving the Dimi, which is a poem I wrote on the way to a Bob Cobbing tribute evening some 11 years ago. And I just read it off 3 sheets of white paper. And as I came away, I thought, well, I thought the performance was okay, but 3 sheets of white paper doesn't tell the story. So I've since published it as a kind of fanfold. And the idea is this is a dive. Robin and I learned to dive together. So this was one of our first sea dives, but we didn't dive, we weren't experienced enough to dive together. We had a dive buddy each. This is basically one recto, one verso, and there's one page turn. And that gets you back to the beginning. Now, if you're interested, there's some copies of this. You take a look, feel free. For tonight, I thought, well, that's all very well, but I'm going to read a slightly different version of it that I think, in terms of the work involved, is far more appropriate. So this is Diving the Dimi as a mobius strip. I didn't invent this. Somebody else, Madeline Ginn, certainly used ideas like this many, many years ago. A couple of things. A reg is the thing you put in your mouth that you breathe through. It's the regulator that divers call it a reg. And a rib is a rigid inflatable boat. So, so this is Diving the Dimi, which is the North Sea. It's about 8 metres. It's not a really deep dive, but it's out in the North Sea off the coast of Redcar. So this is the dive. Dump some air, dump some more. 8 pounds extra, not too cold, should be able to get down. There, feel it go, no shot line, gently, silence except. Brendan right in front of me, it's all gone, here, now. Down slowly, seabed approaching, pebbles, rocks, weedy bits. Only 6 metres or so, pressure in my ears. Pinch nose, breathe into it hard, pressure goes, muscles cling to the mast. Pressure, more pressure, clear, ears again, goes again. 8 metres, pressure, almost doubled, now on the bottom, pump some air into my dry suit, get my buoyancy, float a metre above the bottom, but heavy. Pump some more, that's good, weightless, but the current is strong, the Dimi, the Demetrius all around me, what's left of it, the current is strong, grab a huge piece of steel, easier than trying to swim against it, Greek cargo ship, towed for scrap, caught in the storm, foundered. Redcar rocks, which rocks, pardon bank, east scar, sucking Jenny leads, a little channel, 220 bar, that's okay, 8 metres, visibility not so bad, 2 or 3 metres, pastel colours, incrustations, white, easy for me and Bren to see each other, metal ribs, huge steel plates, some vertical, rubber in my mouth, cold air, cold murky water on my face, jagged steel to cut and tear, gloves, neoprene for warmth, get cut and snag, crab, big crab, more shellfish, some seaweed, no fish, bubbles scare them off, not like the tropics, not as easy as dry suit, undersuit, gloves, head, mask is filling with water, breathe out through the nose with mask raised to clear, fit back, Demetrius, Hendrika, Montalban, all on the rocks, other further out, 40 metres or so, prop, sharp, somewhere here, totally lost. But Brendan knows where we are, spare propeller, flat. In the 3 metres vertical plates, coral and looks familiar, been here already, doing a figure of 8, more metal, current too strong, hang on, follow bread, more jagged plates, lead to the current, easier, 150 bar, okay, still 8 metres. Haven't looked at the compass, plenty of air, huge mass of steel, the boiler, the brand signals up. Dump some air from my suit, fin up, gently, 1 minute to the surface, pressure bubbles in my ears, screeching. Not deep enough to get a bend, almost though, see the surface, can't see through it, getting lighter, sun lighter. I'm getting lighter, pressure dropping, air expands. Surface breaks, waves sounding, boats slapping. Water voices, a rig down current takes us to it. Leave the rig into safety, grab the side rope. Hang on, catch my breath. Now drop the rig, pass on my waist. Release the dry suit pressure hose. Pump some more air into my BC. Release its flips. Twist out of it. On the rig they haul up my BC and tank, fin up hard and fall into the rig. Dimi's mast top just before me, Pardon Bank, East Scar, further dry green grey, High Stone right.